Good morning. We are live. Let me get us up over here on Instagram, y'all. It's that time. It is Saturday morning, December 21st. All right, let's get this party started. Okay, wait, that's okay. Here we go. Things have moved around here on my StreamYard, but I know where it's at. Let's get ready. I am your host, Shamika Cotton. It's Saturday morning, and it's time to tap
On
in.
top, yeah.
Hey,
Tap, tap, tap
where we
in.
at? Where we at? Okay, are we live? Okay, Instagram coming
Tap,
in.
tap,
So we
tap
got
in.
YouTube is live. Welcome those on YouTube. Facebook, we're
Tap,
going to
tap,
get you
tap
all in the
in.
building right now. Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Tap,
It's
tap,
time for your
tap
Saturday
in.
morning tap in. And today is a very special day.
Tap,
A
tap, tap
very
in.
special day. Okay, let's boop in the boop. We're live on Facebook now. We are live all over the place. How y'all feeling this morning? How are y'all feeling? What's up, Jen with the glow? Okay, I see you, Jen. I see you, lovely Evie. Welcome to Saturday morning tap in. It's time to tap in. You guys, there's only, this Saturday and next Saturday, really 2 more Saturdays. Well, we'll count this one. 2 more Saturdays to the end of the year. Do you know what that means? My regulars know what that means. Where my regulars at? Where we at? Here they go. Tap, tap, tap. Good morning, 2K3. Good morning, Stephen. Welcome to your Saturday morning tap in. Good morning, Dr. Tiffany. Welcome to your Saturday morning tap in. Today is a very special day. You guys know what today is? If you were here last week, you know what today is. Okay. Oh, okay, Stephen, I got you. We'll do. Welcome, welcome, welcome. How are y'all feeling this morning? How was your week? You all ready for the holiday?
Don't
It's
never stop if
fastly
you want to be on
approaching.
top, yeah.
How are we doing? Yes. What's up, that girl, Kizzy Face? Welcome to your Saturday morning tap in. If you haven't already, get your candles, get your coffee. I got my coffee. Get your journals, get you something to write with, because it's time to tap in. Let's go ahead and get this party started. Ew. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I am Shamika Cotton, your host of Saturday Morning Tap In, where we come together every Saturday morning to share some positive, uplifting stories, set some intentions, and then do a little journaling. Why do we set our intentions? Because we believe here that just a little bit of intentionality goes a long way. So with that being said, go ahead. My series regulars in the house, you know what to do. What intention do you want to set today? Go ahead and put those in the chat. We're going to go ahead and get started because we have a lot to cover today. I hope you got your journals. I hope you got your journals. All right. Did y'all realize that last week I didn't light my candle? I'm lighting my candle today. So first, let's just get ourselves centered and present for this beautiful Saturday morning. I don't know where you are, but where I am here in Brooklyn, we got snow. So outside of my window, things are covered in snow. And right now it's beautiful. Later today, it's going to be melting and the streets will have big puddles, but all is well. Nothing like my good old faithful fresh balsam candle from Bath and Body Works. My favorite candle. 'Tis the season. I need to go re-up. Do I have enough to get through this year? I think I might. I bought a lot last season. All right, so let's just go ahead and light our candles. And with that being said, what intentions are we setting? What intentions do you want to set today? Think about what you have coming up for you today. What mindset do you need to have as you go through your day to day? Are you going to go out there in the stores and do some last minute holiday shopping? So maybe you want to set the intention for some patience. Maybe you want to set the intention to be favored. Maybe you want to set the intention that you are guided and that you find yourself at all the right places at the right time to get those sales and get those deals, right? What intention do you want to set for today? Stephen over on Instagram, some more 2K3 says, it is my intention to ask my higher power, yes, for wisdom in all areas where I may lack. So awesome. I love it. Stephen is adding wisdom to the intention pot today. I'm adding that to our list. Wisdom. I love that. Your higher power, your higher self, go within. It's right there. All the power and wisdom that you need is right there within you. Just ask. And I love that Stephen's intention is reminding us to do just that. And that's what I love about all of us sharing what our intentions are going to be for the day, because someone may share something that you didn't think of, like, oh yeah, I want some of that. I want some of that. So what intention would you like to put in the intentionality pot for this Saturday? So this Saturday, Brees is in the house. Nora is in the house. Welcome to your Saturday morning tap-in. So today is a very special day. Today is a very special day. Today is the day that we start our 300 things list. Today is a kickoff. And so for those who are new here, let me tell you a little bit about the 300 things list. The 300 things list is an exercise that I first heard about from Steve Harvey. And the gist of the 300 things list is that you write down 300 things that you want to ask God for. And in doing so, you write these things down and you look at the list every day, according to Steve Harvey. And I think he's saying, look at the list every day when you're writing it. I'm not sure. But then you close it and you put it away. And then you come back at the end of the year and you find that you have accomplished a lot of things on your list. Now, there is a challenge when you're doing this exercise. What he found from doing the exercise himself, and even what I found from doing the exercise myself, is that it is a challenge to actually think of 300 things. Some people get to 20 and they're like, I think I've already asked for all that I want to ask for. But this exercise challenges us to ask for more, right? So this past year, we had our 300 things list. Our theme this year was ask for more in 2024. That is what we endeavored. And that is exactly what we did the last week of 2023, where we came together and we compiled our 300 things list. And I shared when we first started doing this that I had attempted to do the 300 things list many times. I had tried to do it many times. I would start it and stop it in one journal. I would start it in one place and stop it again, because I was running into that challenge that I mentioned, where I would ask for a certain number of things. And after I got to a certain number, I was like, I don't know what else to write. Or I would say the famous, I'll get back to it later. And then later just never came until I actually said, you know what? This 300 things list, I'm going to commit to doing it. And what I discovered and what I decided to do was to invite my Saturday morning tap-in community to help me, and to not just help me, but to do it with me. So what we did was we came together the last week of last year and we broke the list down every day, right? So we said, I'll show up every morning for a week. It was really 8 days. So it's going to be a total of 8 days. And I'll show up for 10 minutes and 10 seconds. We will take time to add things to our 300 things list. And that averaged to about 37, 38 things a day. And by doing that every day, consistent and steady wins the race, I was finally able to finish my 300 things list, along with a lot of other wonderful friends who joined me on that journey last year in doing our 300 things list. Good morning, Lynette. How are you? So good to see you here at the Saturday Morning Tap In. It was so good to see you also this week, last weekend at Blood Quilt. So good to see you, sis. So that is what we're doing again this year. All right, put some hearts on the screen or put it in the chat. Are you going to do the 300 things list again this year or for the first time? Or have you ever done the 300 things list? Talk to me. Let me know. Let me know how you feel about the 300 things list. Will you be doing it? Have you ever done it? How far have you gotten if you've tried it and stopped? I would love to hear from you and to know how you feel about 300 things list. All right. And while we're at it, we are also going to still do our journal prompt for today. We're still working our way through 100 days of gratefulness. We'll pick a prompt out of here. We'll still do our journal prompt today, and we'll start doing our list tomorrow. But we're going to talk about some things just to kick off the 300 things list, just to give you some things to think about and to also give you some encouragement and to share more of my story about what was my experience like doing the 300 things list. So let me go ahead and get a number written down so that you all can pick the number for today. All right. What number shall I pick? Give me a number between 1 and 50. 1 and 50. Let's see if you all figure out what that number is. Whoever gets closest to the number will be the one who picks our journal prompt for today. A number between 1 and 50. All right. But how have you all been? How have you been? How has your week been? I see you all getting in. Bree says, I will. Community. Yes. It is all about community. Yes. Okay. Lynette says, I just jumped in. I'll go back and find out about it. Yes, Lynette. It is really wonderful. And like I said, today is the kickoff day for doing the 300 things list. We'll be meeting every day until next Saturday. I'll be here live on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. And we're going to break down this list and get it done. So every day, just tune back in 9:30 and we'll be here getting that list done. And I have a lot of fun ways to break it down, a lot of fun things, because sometimes you really may run out of ideas. And my gift is that I always have tons of ideas. So I'll be sharing that with you to inspire you to keep the juices going, keep the wheels turning in your mind. All right. And remember, if you put a number in the chat, stick around so that you can pick the number for the journaling portion. All right. Steven, some more 2K3 says, I did it a few weeks ago. I also did it with the abundance program. Awesome. So you already finished your 300 things list, Steven, for the year. You're already all set. Holla back. Let me know. Awesome. So the abundance program, was that the Iyanla Van Zant thing that you sent me? I think that's what it was. So that's awesome. And you said you did it a few weeks ago, and you also did it with did you do it like twice? Do you have 600 things? I'm curious. Welcome. Who is that? Pretty. The prettiest Cancer. Welcome to your Saturday morning tap in. Yes. Welcome. Okay. Fantastic. All right. Lead the way. Some more 2K3. Lead the way. I love it. And I love being in a community of just like-minded people, like-minded beings, so we all can encourage each other. Steven's already did his. Okay, you guys. So the path has been blazed, right? We're all in the same mindset, same area about just getting this done and really being more intentional about what we do with our lives and what we plan to do and what we would like to have and accomplish in 2025. All right. Wait, so you did it. So Steven says, I did the abundance program 3 years in a row and did it in the first year. Oh, wow. I didn't know it was like, I I'll have to talk to you more about that. And I'll remember to send you my email address. If not, DM me just to remind me. All right, all right, all right. So let's go ahead and see what intentions we are setting. So we still have wisdom. Um, let's see if there are any other intentions that we have. I definitely have something that I'll be adding to our intention setting for today. And so, something that I thought about in doing the 300 things list, especially doing it again. First of all, when I realized that I was going to be doing it again, I was just like, really, we're going to do it again. And I realized that yes, I am going to do it again. Welcome, FemFlix. Welcome to the Saturday Morning Tap In. This is your first Saturday Morning Tap In. Welcome. I'm so glad you're here. Hey, Robin. Hey, Boo. Perseverance it is. Yes, perseverance. I have to say it like that so I can spell it. Perseverance. Yes, welcome to the Saturday Morning Tap In. And so this year, so maybe a couple months ago, if you were here on Saturday Morning Tap In, we took a moment just to pull out our journals where we wrote our 300 things that we wanted for the year. And as I was going through my list and trying to see, okay, what did I accomplish this year that I wrote on my list? I did find some things that I accomplished. I absolutely did. But also, I found something else. I found that there were things on my list that I did not accomplish, but they were all within my power to do. Do you guys understand what I'm saying? That there were things on my list that were absolutely in my power to do. And I was like, why didn't I get those things done? And I realized it was because when I did my 300 things list, I did it and then I put it away, right? I was like, okay, you write down the 300 things you want and you look at it while you're doing it and then you put it away so that you can be surprised the next year at the end of the year to see what you accomplished. Let me know if that ever happened to you, if you've done the list before. If you you opened up your list and you saw that there were some things that you put on your list that you didn't accomplish, but it was all within your power to do. And so when I looked at that list and I realized what had happened, I was like, okay, so you're going to do it again, right? You're going to do your 300 things list again, but this time you are going to set yourself up to succeed. Keith McCrae, welcome to your Saturday Morning Tap In. Yes, FemFlix, let me tell you, yes, so we're starting today. I know you just joined us. So we're starting, well, today's the kickoff, just to give you some information about it. And then every day this week, even Christmas, I'm going to be here live on Instagram at 9:30. And we're going to set aside 10 minutes and 10 seconds just to add things to our list. And the way I've calculated is approximately 37 and a half. So 38 things you can add to your list every day. And by the time we get to next Saturday, you will have completed your 300 things list. And FemFlix, I already know you are one that writes things down, but also you are one who accomplishes and does things that you set out to do. So if you've never done this, this is about to supercharge your productivity and supercharge your goals. Some more 2K3 wrote, yes, I wrote the list at work and a coworker asked about it. So I told them. A couple of months later, she said, did you cross 3 things off that list because you accomplished them? I was shocked. Did you cross 3 things up? Wow. So, hey, Superwoman Linda, welcome to your Saturday Morning Tap In. So you actually shared with her the things on your list so she knew. Is that what you're saying, Stephen? That's amazing. That is amazing. Awesome. So as I was thinking about, okay, so I am going to do it again, but what am I going to do differently? What I am going to do differently is that I'm going to look at my list, right? And so part of the inspiration or where some of the philosophy or the idea behind doing a 300 things list is a Bible verse from Habakkuk 2, verse 2. It's and the scripture goes, write the vision and make it plain so that he who reads it will run, it shall not tarry, right? Which basically means, okay, if we break it down, means write down the vision. And when you write it down, the thing will happen, right? And so I remember when I used to look at that scripture and think about he who reads it, right? I thought about he who reads it, right? That must be the spirit, right? Or my imagination is represented as that thing that sees it, right? The mind powers, and then it brings it about. But as I was thinking about it, I was like, no, the person that's supposed to read it is me. I am supposed to read the vision. I don't just write it down. I don't just set it and forget it. We're supposed to look at it, to keep it in front of us, right? And so there's a fine balance between, you know, keeping something in front of you and obsessing over it, right? So you want to keep it in front of you. You want to engage with it, right? When you want to accomplish something, and I think it was in Think and Grow Rich, one of the exercises is to write down your goals, and you're supposed to look at it every day in the morning and at night. So there is something to be said about keeping your goals, keeping your vision in front of you, right? So when I realized, like, oh, I'm supposed to read it. So there's one thing where I was of the mindset, well, okay, I'll write it down, right? And we talk about this all the time because that's part of why I love to journal, because I believe when you write things down, they happen, right? When you write them down, Christopher, welcome to your Saturday morning tap in. They happen. There's something magical or miraculous or mystical about it, right? And so I was of that mindset, right? But what happens when you write it down and you tap into that thing of when you write things down, they happen. But then what happens when you add inspired action to what you also wrote down? Good morning, Go Queen. Welcome to your Saturday morning tap in. So good to see you here. We are talking about our 300 things list, right? So what happens if one, you write down the things, right? We've already tapped into that magic of writing it down. Two, now you keep it in front of you, right? So that he who reads it, you and me, we read it so that we can run and do the things that are on the list. Oh no, my battery, let's see. Oh, okay, I'm back. I'm back. Let me see if it's back on Instagram. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay, because I want these. Let me see. Okay, so you guys, let me know if you can see me. Let me know if you can see me. Okay, hold on. Ah, she's back. Okay, you guys. Okay, it was a moment. It was a moment. So the cord on my laptop wasn't all the way in, and so the battery died. But she back. I was like, oh no, I saw some wonderful questions in the chat. Oh, you guys, I love you all so much. I love y'all so much. Okay, so I was saying, so what happens if, right, we write it down, right, and then we keep it in front of our face and we look at it every day, and then we take inspired action to accomplish those things, right? And so that's what I'm going to do differently going forward. So for 2025, the theme for 2025, remember, 2024 was ask for more in 2024. So 2025 is keeping the dream alive in 2025. So what does that mean? What are you guys thinking about? Think about that. Keeping the dream alive in 2025. What do you guys think about that? And this is what we're going to do. So every month, at least once a month, we're going to have a Saturday morning tap in episode. That means I have an announcement for you all next week. We'll have an episode where we are going to pick up that 300 things list. And we're going to figure out how are we going to just look at our list and what can we do to engage with our list, right? We are going to keep the dream alive in 2025, right? That's one thing about setting New Year's resolutions, which I really don't do, but in a way, I guess you could look at this as a resolution of sorts, right? But you start something and then it kind of just peters off, right? You stop thinking about it, you get distracted, life happens, life be lifing, and next thing you know, it's March, and then it's July, and then you're back at the end of the year, and you haven't done anything on your resolutions or on your goals list. So that is what we are going to be doing this coming year. So in 2025, we are going to keep the dream alive in 2025. So that means that whatever you write on that 300 things list for next year, we are going to be accomplishing so much more because we have a strategy, right? There's a phrase that I shared a few weeks ago that says, pray like it's all up to God, right? But work like it's all up to you. And this is a wonderful way to put that into action, right? The things that you put on your list, put everything you can think of on your list, right? Pray like it's all up to God, but then you are going to work as if it's all up to you. Let me see what is happening here in the chat. Lynette says, what are the guidelines for what's on the list? Being more specific versus being a bit more general or esoteric. Also, is there a specific way to write, like writing like it's done, present tense? Present tense or past tense. I talk a lot about scripting, and when you're doing scripting, you want to write in the past tense. Now, I'll answer your first question about being specific. You want to be as detailed as possible. Remember, you have 300 things to fill up on this list, right? 300 things, right? So you may want to think about it. So you have the general idea of the goal, and then you can get specific, right? So I want to own a house, right? If that's for you, I want to own a house. And then I want to make sure I decorate my living room a certain way. I want to have this couch in there. Start listing out all the specifics. I want to live in this neighborhood, right? I want to pay this much for my house. Get as specific as you like, as specific as brings you joy and ease in doing it. You don't want to start to feel heavy or like it's being belabored, right? And there are a lot of ways to get specific. There are a lot of ways to have different angles to think about something, you know? So that is how, that is part of the guidelines for a specific versus general. You can start general and get specific. It's just like acting, right, Lynette? We can start with a general idea, but when we start to get really specific, that's when the magic starts to unfold. So feel free to use that part, that tool that we use in acting. Lean into it when you're doing your list. And then also, is there a specific way to write it? So if you want, you can write it in the past tense, or you can just write down what you want. You can say, I have. I think, let's see. Yeah, I think I wrote mine in the present tense. Last year, the first thing I put on my list was, I want to finish this list. But there was something else that I put on here. And let's see. These are all in present or past tense. Most of my things are in present or past tense, right? I get paid certain amount of dollars for doing something. So great question. Thank you for asking that, you guys. So yes, write it in present or past tense. Let's see. What else do we have here? I saw some more questions. Okay, so Lynette, you're multitasking, trying to get ready to leave for work. Yeah, you're going on for the matinee. Oh my gosh, congrats. Take flight. Have a wonderful, wonderful show today. Oh, everybody send some love to Lynette. She is going on today at Blood Quilt, which is a wonderful show happening at Lincoln Center Theater. The show, you can try to get tickets, maybe get wait list, but the show, when I was trying to come this weekend, it was selling out. But if you really want to go try to get wait list tickets. But it's a wonderful show by Katori Hall. Have a wonderful, wonderful show. Nora says, you can barely think of 10 things for your list. Don't worry, I've got you covered. I have so many different ways for us to think about and to engage with this list, just to help jog your imagination. And here's another thing I want to say. So I had someone that I know who was doing the list with us, and they didn't get 300 things, but they did the list. Guess what? Maybe this year you only get a certain number of things. It's not 300. That's okay. You did it. The principle still works. It's not an all or nothing thing, right? It's really more about challenging yourself, right? And so the challenge for you may be to surpass 10, right? The challenge for you may be something else. So just know, no matter what you write down, and no matter what you write down, as long as you are engaging with the list, and we're going to take inspired action together, I know that something wonderful that will happen, that you will accomplish a lot of things on your list. All right. And that's the other thing. When you think, the more things you think of, the more probability you have to accomplish things on your list. All right. So the more you think of, the more you set yourself up for success. Femflick says, sounds like I'm moving my success from 2024 into 2025. Yes. I already know. And I already know that you're going to have even more success. Oh, my charger cord keeps falling out. I'm telling y'all, on my list. It won't be number one because I already got a head start on my list, but it's going on that list. But I already know for you, Femflix, I just, you all, I'm here on Instagram. So Femflix, check out Femflix on Instagram. Check her out. She does amazing, amazing coloring books for grown-ups. And also some for children as well. But check her out. I just met her this week. And so I'm looking forward to getting to know more about her and to also sharing more about her journey. I heard her story this week. And so that is a part of the special announcement that I'll have next week. But yes, keeping the dream alive she said that was a question in 2025. So I was like, I'm moving my success from 2024. So what was the question, Femflix? Are you saying, I would say, if you want, like for today, since we're kind of having the kickoff, and if you've done this before, take some time today, revisit your list, right? revisit it, and see if there are things that you want to bring over into 2025 that you may not have accomplished yet. I know for me, there are some things on this list that I wrote down, but really they were the seeds for the trees and the flowers to blossom maybe 2 years from now, 5 years from now. But you can't get to 5 years if you don't start today, right? There was one thing that I shared a couple months ago that I wanted to get paid X amount of dollars for doing public speaking. And did I make that dollar amount this year? No, I didn't. But what I did do was an opportunity came to me out of the blue. And that's something that this list is good for. It's this list, when you write things down, it is good for opportunities coming out of the blue. It is good for just having you divinely placed, having your steps divinely ordered, where you show up at a particular place and it's just like, oh my gosh, this thing is attached to me accomplishing something off of my list. And so what that was for me was I happened to go to a conference, the Gold Rush Women's Conference in Chicago. And when I was there, I met a wonderful woman, Deborah Blackman Parrish, Miss Deborah, and she invited me to join Toastmasters. And I joined Toastmasters just saying yes. But then I realized when I looked at my list that that is a step that moves me toward accomplishing the thing on my list. So remember, some of the things you guys put down on your list, you're going to have different ideas come to you, different opportunities come to you that are going to be leading you and guiding you toward accomplishing the things on your list, right? So yes, great question, great question. Jamil, you may have missed it earlier. What is the significance, if any, of the number 300? You know what? I don't know of any special significance of actually the number 300. What I do know is that it is a number that challenges you to make you think bigger. It challenges you where I think, it's not 500 and it's not 1,000, but it's also not 100 and it's not 50. Right? It's just a number that challenges you to fill the page and to come up with 300 things. That's the only significance that I have heard of at the moment. Now, I can look into the metaphysics of the word of the number 300 and make something up and see some significance there. But as far as I know, when I first started doing this, it's just a number that is big enough that it's something you can reach for and to stretch you and to challenge you, that is accomplishable, and that really just allows you to really think big. Let's see. Femflix says, I wish I didn't have to end 2024 yet. So I know 2025 is going to be big. I wrote me a check for $6.5 million by June 2025. And there you have it. I remember Femflix talking about this on her live the other day. She was a part of a group, and they said to print out a check and write down how much money you want to make. I'm telling you, there is something about actually writing things down. All right? That's the first step, right? The first step is to get it out of your head and onto the paper. So yes, and yes. All right, let me see. Make sure I'm not missing anybody over here on Facebook and YouTube. Okay, I see you, Jamil. Awesome. Oh, when my thing rebooted, I lost my intentions that I put in there. So we had wisdom, we had perseverance. And for those who are just joining us, go ahead and put a number in the chat between 1 and 50, and that will be the journal prompt. That will be who picks the journal prompt for today. So Femflix, you're getting a chance to see what we do on Saturday Morning Tap-In. Let's see. And that is intention setting and also journaling, which we will do shortly. There were some other things I wanted to point out about the 300 things list. Let me just check my notes, my fabulous notes. Oh, another thing that I noticed when I looked back over the things that I wrote on my list, I realized that a large chunk of numbers was all related to something that I was particular project that I was working on. So a large chunk of the things was related to that project. And so what I realized is we need to, or what I want to do differently this year, is to break the list up also and say, okay, so one day we're going to focus on relationships. The next day we'll focus on career. Then we'll focus on family. We'll focus on health, to kind of break it up and find different angles of approaching this and getting it done. Let me know if that sounds like a wonderful idea to you. Hey, is it Jeer Beer 4400? Welcome to your Saturday morning tap in. But yeah, so don't worry. We will have many ways to get this list done, Nora. So let me tell you, as long as you show up with us every day this week, and it's just going to be 10 minutes and 10 seconds. And say it's a day where you're not able to log on at 9:30. Don't worry, the recordings are saved and you'll be able to do the prompt with us and get your list done. Where did my number go? All right, so let's go ahead and prepare ourselves to move forward in our Saturday morning tap in. And where did my number go? It was just right here. All right, let me know how you all are feeling about the 300 things list. Are you all pumped up? Are you guys inspired? And I have so many things to share with you all this year. This year as we go through our 300 things list. So many things. Yes. Femflix. Yes. Talk to each other. That's what this community is all about. Okay, so everybody is here for. What's up, King Foxy? Welcome to your Saturday morning tap in. All right, so here we go. Whoa! Somebody guess the actual number. All right, get ready for it. Okay, the number was. I'm just double checking to see if there were any more questions before we move ahead. All right, here's the number. The number was 27, and that is Go Queen. Go Queen, I tell you, we are so in sync this week. Had me cracking up. All right, 27. So I hope you're still here. I would love for you to pick a number off the screen now, so that can be our journal prompt for today. Pick any number that is not already grayed out, and that will be our journal prompt in the book 100 Days of Gratefulness. So yeah, like I said, you guys. Okay, 94. Oh, you quick. I love it. Well, 94 is it's a light gray. That's already grayed out. Sorry, we have these three right here. These are the only ones left. Yes, you were absolutely close, Femflix. You were so close. What's up, the real Mac 15th? Welcome to your Saturday morning tap in. 89. Okay, we got it. So 89. Let me just double check in our book. Yes, it's available. All right, so just putting a little marker in there for 89. So I'm not even going to read it. We'll see what it is. That's what I love about doing this Saturday morning tap in and doing our journal prompt. For those who are new here, it never fails that we pick these journal prompts randomly and somehow they connect to what we are talking about today. So that's part of the magic of the Saturday morning tap in. Oh, let me go ahead and gray that one out so I can make sure that we have it noted. Oh my goodness, we only have 2 more prompts left, but only one more week for this year's Saturday morning tap in. So I'll have to get some more journal prompts for next year if I decide to continue doing the Saturday morning tap in. You guys are like, Shamika, you've already said it like 50 times. Well, I didn't make an official announcement. We have an official announcement and things to come next Saturday, as well as a celebration. For those who are new here, this has been an experiment. It's called the Saturday morning tap in. It should be called Experiment. And the experiment was if I could stay committed to myself, if I could show up consistently for a year every Saturday morning at 9:30 and do the Saturday morning tap in show. And the only caveat was unless I was on set working or traveling. And we have one more Saturday to go. And let me tell you, Let me tell you, we'll see. Did she do it? But yeah, I'm so proud of myself to have gotten this far. So this has been a wonderful experiment. So, all right, we have our intention. So let's go ahead and move into our intentional portion of the show. We really have some great, let me tell you, we have some great, some really great intentions in here that are exactly what we need. Yep, I'm putting in a couple extra things in here for myself. And let me go ahead and copy these. So go ahead, you guys, and just find yourself. I know I've been talking a lot, and we got a lot going on, a lot of energy, but let's just take a moment to ground ourselves. And I'm going to pin the intentions in the comment. So let's just go ahead and just take it down just a little bit before we move into our journaling portion of the show. And let's take some nice cleansing inhales. We inhale. Hold it. And let it go. There's a stillness and even an attentiveness to the sound now that we're taking this breath, which is a really wonderful feeling right now. Just being present in our surroundings. So let's take another collective inhale. We inhale. And exhale. And with each inhale and exhale, we're getting more and more relaxed. Letting go of anything that came before this moment and whatever we think is coming after this moment, just for a moment. Hashtag 380, just for a moment. Let us just breathe and be present. We've been talking a lot about what our plans are for the coming year and what our plans were for this year. But in this moment right here, we're just going to let that go for a moment because our true power is in the present moment. So let's do one more inhale. And as we do this next inhale, check in with your body and see if you're holding any tension. We inhale. Hold it and let it go. Releasing any tension, allowing any tension in the body to flow out on the exhale. And so let's just do a check-in with our bodies. Checking in to see if we're holding any tension. Whether you're sitting down in a chair or on the floor or laying in the bed, we are here on this 21st day of December. Or if you're watching a recording, you are here in this moment. Breathing. There's life flowing in your body, a life force energy. Allow the chair or the ground to do what it is here to do, which is to support you. Relax into your chair. Relax into your bed, into the floor. Checking in to see if you're holding tension anywhere in your forehead, in your shoulders. Are you clenching your jaw? Are you clenching your butt? Are you holding your stomach in? You can let it go for a moment. We can get back to the six-pack abs later. But for now, we're just breathing. For it is in this place of relaxation that we are able to access and actualize our power. It is from this place of peace and relaxation that we want to create and open ourselves. So right now, we just set our intention to be open and receptive. Grateful for this very moment. Grateful for the opportunity to come together, to reset, to reaffirm ourselves, and to reframe how we look at our lives and the things that we have accomplished, and we reframe the things that we want to do. We are grateful for this moment and open. And so we set our intention for tapping into that inner wisdom. And I like to just put my hand on my heart so that I can be even more grounded and feel my heartbeat. Yes, King Foxy, those shoulders, relax them, drop them. So that we can tap into our wisdom. There's an inner wisdom, that still small voice, and it speaks as a whisper, landing in our minds light as a feather. And it is in this place of stillness and in this place of peace and openness and receptivity that we open ourselves to hear, to feel, to see, to reconnect with that inner wisdom, reconnecting to our higher powers, our higher selves, whatever that is for you. God, universe, Jesus, Buddha, Allah, whatever that higher version is for you, ancestors. Tapping into that, opening ourselves up, reaching higher. So as we go forward today, we set our intention to be open and to be sensitive to hearing the still small voice. We open ourselves to be motivated today, to persevere. We set our intention today that as we go forward, to focus our attention on the positive, to only hear things that inspire us, to take action toward the things that we desire to have happen in our lives. In those moments where we may be tempted to give up, in those moments where we may be tempted to see ourselves smaller, we set our intention to think bigger. We set our intention to be open, to see things new, to see things aright, to be divinely guided and inspired. For we know that where our attention goes, our power flows. So we set our intention right now for all these intentions. And as we go forward with excited expectancy, knowing that since we have intended, it shall be, and so it is. All right. So staying in this place of openness and receptivity, let us see what our journal prompt will be for today. Our journal prompt is, what teacher are you most thankful for and why? And what did you learn from him or her? What we do here on Saturday Morning Tap-In, we set the clock for 10 minutes and 10 seconds. We are journaling. The time has started now. The journal prompt is this. What teacher are you most thankful for and why? And what did you learn from him or her? Femflix says, oh, wow, I know the answer to that. Go ahead. Let the prompt get you down on the page and let it just flow out of you. And even if you answer it in one sentence, Or maybe you don't have the answer for someone else. Allow the first thing that comes to mind, write it on the page. And we commit to keeping our hands moving across the page for 10 minutes and 10 seconds just to see what else may want to come up. We set a powerful intention to be open to that inner wisdom, that higher wisdom. And what tends to happen is when you set yourself up to be open and receptive, and then you go down to journal, you will be surprised at what comes out. Scorpio Chronicles, I love your name. We are journaling 9 minutes, 5 seconds to go. Let's journal. I love y'all. Y'all inspire me so much. Y'all inspire me so much. We are journaling. I'll put the journal prompt up on the screen. And remember, journaling is just for you. There's no right or wrong answers. Your handwriting doesn't have to be neat, SSBC world. It doesn't have to be neat. The grammar doesn't have to be right. This is just for you. We are journaling. Ouch. Oh, and I think we might be over time on Instagram. So if Instagram goes down, you could always come on over to youtube.com/Shamika Chronicles or come over to Facebook. But just know if it goes down, I'll restart us up and we'll wrap out of today's Saturday morning tap in. We are journaling 7 minutes, 40 seconds to go. Oh, I wanted to get 12, 24. Awesome. We are journaling. And remember, at the end of today's Saturday morning tap in, I always share what I wrote in my journal prompt because that's my commitment. But you can also feel free to, at the end, to share what you wrote in your journal, but you don't have to. 6 minutes, 7 seconds to go. We are journaling. 4 minutes, 25 seconds to go. Time flies. What's up, Miles? We are journaling. The journal prompt is up on the page, on the screen. What teacher are you most thankful for and why? And what did you learn from him or her? Oh my gosh. 3 minutes, 26 seconds to go. Oh, Miles. Okay. Awesome. Okay. I see you guys putting stuff in the chat. I can't wait to share them. One minute, 57 seconds to go. We are journaling. Instagram, are you still here? Okay, great. Okay, great. You guys are still here. I want to make sure I get a screenshot of all of these just in case I lose you guys. Oh, okay. Can I do it? Can I do it? Can I do it? Okay. So many good things. Okay. 1 minute to go. I need to keep writing, but I need to make sure I do this thing. All right, so let me make sure I get this today. "45 seconds to go." Okay. Instagram is still live, I believe. Okay. Oh no. And we have done it. 10 minutes and 10 seconds have come and gone so fast. We completed our journal prompt for today. Wow. Wow. I feel like it went so fast. I was multitasking. Okay, hold on. All right, I got to write one more part. And okay, I know. In the way she's telling me. Okay, cool. I'll read what I wrote. Oh man. Okay. But yes, we did it. we did our journal prompt today. We have done so many wonderful things today. We set our intention for the day. We did our journal prompt, and we are also set up to prepare for this week 300 things list. All right. So let's go ahead and see what we have for responses. You all were really Instagram was about to drop, but did it stay? Okay, yeah, it looks like it's still here. Okay. Thank you, Nora. But you guys are really really vocal about these teachers, this question, this journal prompt. These are a lot of responses. So, all right, let's go ahead and see what we have. All right, we have Stephen. He says, when I was in grade school, when I saw my teacher perform on stage, playing instruments, etc., I knew I was home. I saw myself acting, singing, playing instruments. They introduced me to me. Seeing your teachers do that thing showed you what you could do. Teachers are examples of what we can be. And introduced me to me. That reminds me of something that I wrote or that I was thinking about, but I may not have written it down. But yes, teachers help us see ourselves. Oh, and her name. Let's speak her name. Let's speak their names. Stephen says, thank you, Francine Jackson. Mr. Panzo or Ponzo, I don't know if it's right. Miss Fulton, Mrs. Milnes, the late Larkin Malloy, and my past and acting coaches. I love it. This is so interesting, and I'm about to show y'all the magic of the tap-in today. Yes, all are one. The journey continues. Stephen, thank you so much. All right, Nora Perkins writes, let me just double check and make sure Instagram, we're still here. We're still locked in. Nora writes, life was my teacher, learning from multiple people along the way, making mistakes along the way, and getting back up to keep going, learning from every experience I found myself in. Absolutely. And y'all know the song, experience is a good teacher. Yo, I wrote that down, just a heads up, because I felt the same way, Nora. Life is a teacher. Our experiences, right? We don't lose, we learn, right? I love that, Nora. Thank you so much for sharing that. Let's check over on Instagram while I still have Instagram here. Miles, my CSU fam, he says, I'm most thankful for Dr. Chinua, even though she's hard on her students, okay? Without her, I wouldn't have met some big people. 100, that's what he put on there. I learned determination from her, is what Miles said. And Dr. Chinua, another wonderful teacher over at Central State University in the communications department. I've heard wonderful things about Dr. Chinua, and I've heard many success stories coming from students from Central State alumni, and they attribute it to Dr. Chinua and the way she shows up for her students. Yes, Dr. Chinua, we salute you. She is definitely good at what she does. There's something about those teachers that are really gifted at teaching, and love under new management. Thank you, Go Queen. Love is a good teacher. But there's something about teachers who are gifted and love what they do, because when you come in contact with them, you are changed. Your encounter or your experience with learning and education is different. You're more involved. They draw you in because they draw you out. They draw the greatness out of you, whether it's challenging you or showing you who you are, right? We need more gifted teachers, and teachers need to be paid more, because everybody who is anybody is more than likely somebody because of a teacher. All right, Breeze said, the teacher I will forever be thankful for is Miss Magwood. She not only taught me lessons pertaining to school, she taught me the true meaning of character and how to carry yourself in the best way possible. Yep. Teachers, we salute you, Miss Magwood. Yes, how to carry yourself, right? How to show up in the world. Teachers, so special. Yes, let's see. Femflix writes, I'm most thankful for my high school computer teacher. Shout out to our computer teachers. Oh, I just thought of another professor I had. But Femflix says, I'm most thankful for my high school computer teacher. She used to allow me to teach her class. I now have a bachelor's in computer science. I'll never forget her. Yes, shout out to our computer teachers. Oh, that's amazing. And when teachers give you the gift of saying, now you go ahead and show what you've learned by teaching someone else, that's a whole nother level of learning. And that's a whole nother level of teaching. Because if you know how to do it and you can teach someone else how to do it, that means that that teacher did their job. They can see the fruit of their work in you now teaching someone else. All right, let me make sure I didn't miss anyone else who wanted to share. Okay, cool. I'm checking YouTube. Okay, Facebook, Instagram. All right, so I will share what I wrote, and also I will share just the magic of Saturday morning tap-in that always happens in some way, shape, or form. All right. I wrote, what teacher are you most thankful for and why? What did you learn from him or her? Experience is a good teacher. That's what I really wrote. And I put LOL. That song just came to mind. But the first teacher that came to mind when I read the question was my 12th grade English teacher, Miss Gloria Harper. She made her transition this past October. The way Miss Harper believed in us. We had this really big test to prepare for called the IB test, or the International Baccalaureate test. And we had to do it for English. Part of the test was to write about one of the required books we read, and then to be able to talk about it. The way in which she prepared us, her devotion to us, and the way she saw me. So that's what I was able to get down in my 10 minutes and 10 seconds. But just want to speak your name, Ms. Harper. I thank you. As I mentioned, she transitioned. She is now with the ancestors, guiding us every day. But Ms. Harper. And also, I want to give a shout out to my acting teacher, Mariska, my acting coach, who is also a teacher, Mariska. So it's so funny that today, I just happened to be wearing Mariska's shirt from working with her. She says, I am an actor. And then on the back, it says, I love my actors. So Mariska is my acting coach and teacher. And so just sending her a lot of love today. She's had a very challenging week. So just sending her love. But it's so funny, right? That I happen to be wearing her shirt and it's asking about our teachers. So thank you all so much for journaling with us today, for tapping in today. Today's a little long because we're preparing for our 300 things list. All right. So tomorrow morning, 9:30 Eastern time, I will be right back here. And we are going to do our 300 things list for 2025. Our intention is to keep the dream alive in 2025. But first, we are going to get it down on the page. So I encourage you today, take a moment, review if you've done it before. Take a moment and to go over your past lists, just to sit with it. Check off the things that you accomplished. Right? Make a note of those things that were totally in your control, right? And then start to think about, what do you want to add to your list for 2025, okay? And then guess what? I know I said we're starting tomorrow, but I'm going to tell y'all right now, I started in advance because when I knew I was going to be doing it again for this year, I went on and said, well, Shamika, as things come to mind, put it down. I already have 5 things on my list. Now 6, this computer cord that's on my list. So feel free to start today, even if you want. But just know that we're meeting every day until next Saturday here on Tap In, just for 10 minutes and 10 seconds. We'll come together and take that time and hold that space together and get it done together. because it really takes a community to accomplish any goal. But first, just to get the goals down, we're going to come together and hold each other's hands as we dream big, right? Still asking for more in 2024. All right, you guys. So I will see you all tomorrow morning. Okay. And let's see. Some more 2K says, Mariska gave me the advice to trust yourself. The way she liberated me as an actor, as an artist. We just send you so much love, Mariska. We love you. All right, y'all. I will see you all tomorrow morning. For those who are new here, come again. Come back tomorrow and next Saturday. All right. Thank you all so much. And I will see you all tomorrow morning or next Saturday for those who will be back next Saturday. And I have a special announcement next Saturday, so make sure you're here. All right, have a great Saturday. Don't forget, we set some amazing intentions today. Now go out there and expect them. Go look for it. Allow it to happen. All right, see you next time. Bye.